we are, Spooners.
Well, it was going great until it wasn't.
So this is the glorious life of navigator that they don't tell you about, where you just hike trails for hours. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the audio. This car is so loud, but the footy's good. Would you say your rock race pace is probably, like, do you conserve the car and drive like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Makes me happy. I'm not
I don't like to crash and bash. Right?
especially like early laps like that. Early ones. Like if I'm like hungry for a pass at the end, yeah. But usually rock passes just come to you because you're just booze cruising and they f up. And you just like drive past them.
Something I thought would be fun with my new car would be like tilt table, flip it over at home, and then put a inclinometer in the dash.
Yeah.
Just to maybe those few times I just feel like race nervous, but I could say no, we're still 5 or 10 degrees, you know. Or
That might be I would go 5 or 10 under because then you get a little bump and there it goes.
that's what I mean though. Like know that you know.
Yeah, know that you're within 20 degrees of tilt. Like okay, like
Yeah.
if it's just gonna roll down, then we're good.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's too nerdy, you know.
Who has a tilt table?
Well, I got a Kubota. I'll just redneck it. That's kind of why I say, like, Robert and I not knowing what we were doing, I would usually try the hard stuff with the plan of racing the easy stuff.
Yeah.
But then just knowing if a car was broken or stuck, I could do it.
The difference this year is that I'm still kind of learning how this car works.
Right.
But usually, like back when I was just like the same car in 30s and everything was always the same,
you knew it all. So good.
I would like just I could walk stuff and be like, yeah, I do this, the car will do that. Okay, I know what to do.
I think with your center of gravity so much higher now, it's smart to play it conservative. And if we're both looking at a car on its side on race day going, huh,
Fuck.
like,
All that prep didn't matter so much.
probably shouldn't have done that. This is the first thing Scott wanted to get out and look at. There's a kind of shaly off-camber bypass on the hill, and then there's this lower line with this rock. So we figure we'll just kind of start practicing our in-car, out-of-car communication and see how his car does. He's still learning what the 35s can do versus the 30s that he's had before. So. Too easy. Watch the chrome.
Watch the throne, bro. What did I do?
When it feels its worst, it's about to get better. And you've got Rusty Blyler about to run you over.
All right, I'm gonna get out of the way. Hold on here. We're in outer limits. This is a section that we haven't run in a few years. I've never actually driven through here before, so I guess that's what pre-running's for, right?
First time for everything. So these are a couple of the harder obstacles on upper outer limits here. So Scott's crushing it so far. We'll get a little footy of him coming down. This next section looks pretty fun.
This song goes out to the scumbags.
Great. So I've been following Mike Bergman, selling his car for a while, and he said if he didn't sell it, he was going to race it. And I don't think he's going to do either. It's pretty bad. Oh man. That's bad. That's real bad. Cool car though. It's all right so far. Stay hard driver. You got some room over there.
I just didn't like that.
That's fine. Make it feel good for you. Do what feels good. Easy. You're gonna get a drop there in a little bit.
Which way?
Stay driver, but not like so hard that when you land it like breaks a knuckle or something weird.
Like that?
Yeah, no, you're gonna drop in about 3, 2, 1. It's good.
Not bad.
You need any parts? They're having a yard sale here.
Yeah, I like those guns actually.
We are now on the lower section of outer limits. Just walked a little section and talked about some lines. So Scott's gonna come down the middle here. And then I'll probably walk a little more and then jump back in the car and we'll keep plugging along. I think we come down the bottom outer limits, hang a right, go across Emerson, around the back to, I believe, Aftershock is the next race trail. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the audio. This car is so loud, but the footy's good. Tell me what's going on here, Scott.
Well, it was going great until it wasn't. We just did a couple rock trails and then came out to the Emerson Lake Bed. Gonna basically open it up and see what it would do, and it was doing great till something changed. And we don't know what it is yet. It just ran lean, so we're getting some help, and we've got some people looking into it for us, so we'll get it back together.
So Emerson Lake Bed, one of the funnest sections of the course. You think you get like 2 miles or so to just go wide open on the lake bed. And yeah, Scott opened up the car. It stumbled once, he got out of the throttle. We weren't sure if it was rev limiter or what. He did it again. We watched his air fuel gauge and went way lean. So we pulled over, checked some things out, and then all of a sudden the car wouldn't even do more than idle for a minute or two. So
Fuel gauge hasn't been working all day, so maybe it's just a little fuel pump thing. I got another one.
So my dad and Derek are on their way out here. Thank God we had enough cell service to get a hold of somebody. So we'll throw some fuel in it, make sure it's not something dumb, and then worst case we'll flat strap it back to camp. And always better to figure this stuff out pre-running.